Fantastic Four are finally joining the MCU, and Marvel isn't treating this like just another origin story. This is something bigger. This is the film that could reset the tone of the entire multiverse saga. It could lay the foundation for Secret Wars, and most importantly, it might finally give Marvel its next centerpiece team after the original Avengers. But who are the Fantastic Four in this version? And why now? And what are they really here to set up? Today we're diving into everything we know about Marvel's Fantastic Four reboot, from casting and story details to wild fan theories, multiversal implications, and how this movie might completely change what we think we know about the MCU's future. Let's break it all down. Let's start with what we know for sure, the cast. This is the most stylish superhero team Marvel has ever put together, and it's not just about looks. It's about what each actor brings to the table. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Marvel's smartest man alive, is finally here. Pedro brings a grounded intensity to every role he takes, from The Mandalorian to The Last of Us. His Reed will likely be less snarky genius, more tortured visionary. And that's important because Reed has made a lot of bad calls in the comics, especially when it comes to secret experiments, manipulating timelines, and hiding things from his team. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. She's the heart of the team. Vanessa Kirby has range too. She can play warmth and strength all at the same time. And Sue isn't just the invisible woman, she's the emotional center of the group and often the most capable person in the room. Now, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. You probably know him as Eddie Munson from Stranger Things, but Johnny's going to let him show off a totally different side. Cocky, impulsive, reckless, but with real growth potential. Marvel is clearly eyeing a younger audience here too. Ebon Moss-Bachrach as Ben Grimm. This might be the most inspired casting. If you've seen The Bear, you know Ebon brings grit, sarcasm, and vulnerability all at once. Ben Grimm isn't just the muscle, he's the soul of the team. And his arc, feeling like a monster, learning to love himself, is classic Marvel storytelling at its best. Now, why does this all matter? Because Marvel is treating this movie as more than just an introduction. They're making sure every character hits the ground running with emotional depth, like we're catching them mid-story. Let's talk about that reveal poster, the retro art, the muted color palette, and the mid-century aesthetic. The biggest clue is the setting. Marvel hasn't officially confirmed the movie takes place in the 1960s, but the art, the clothes, and even the furniture in the teaser image scream classic atomic era sci-fi. And why does this all matter? Because it means we're not meeting the Fantastic Four after the Avengers or the Multiverse Saga, we're meeting them before everything. One of the leading theories right now is that this version of the team either comes from another universe that's stuck in a retro, futuristic 1960s, was displaced in time, possibly via an early space-time experiment gone wrong, causing them to end up in the modern MCU timeline, or exist in the past, but hidden or trapped only to resurface now. All of these options give Marvel an excuse to play with style, tone, and time, while also explaining why Earth's first family hasn't been mentioned until now. Now let's address the Latvian dictator-shaped elephant in the room. Where is Dr. Doom? Yes, Dr. Doom, the iconic Fantastic Four villain. He's Magneto, Thanos, and Loki all rolled into one. Doom won't be the main villain in this movie, and that's probably a smart move. Here's why. Marvel might be saving Doom for Secret Wars, where he plays a central role in the comics, literally becoming God Doom and reshaping the multiverse in his image. So if not Doom, then who? Galactus. Not the giant cloud version from Rise of the Silver Surfer, but the real-world devouring cosmic being. He fits the sci-fi tone and sets up multiverse-scale stakes. Now here's where things get really interesting. The Fantastic Four movie is confirmed to arrive before Avengers Secret Wars, and that's not a coincidence, because Reed Richards and Dr. Doom are two of the most important players in Secret Wars, especially in Jonathan Hickman's version, which Marvel seems to be adapting. Quick refresher, Reed Richards is one of the leaders who tries to hold together collapsing realities. Doom takes things into his own hands and becomes a godlike ruler in a patchwork reality called Battleworld. Sue Storm and their kids are key emotional anchors in this multiverse mess. So yeah, Marvel introducing the Fantastic Four now before Secret Wars isn't just timing, it's setup. And here's a wild theory. The Fantastic Four aren't just being introduced in this movie, they might be the ones to uncover the truth about the multiverse collapsing, and could end up leading the charge in fixing or rebuilding the universe post-Secret Wars. That's why they're first. Not in MCU release order, but in the new MCU hierarchy. Let's focus on Reed Richards for a minute. Remember how the entire Infinity Saga revolved around Tony Stark? Well, many fans think that Reed Richards is about to fill that role. He's a genius inventor, a leader with flaws, a character who often tries to solve things by taking dangerous risks, but unlike Tony, Reed's family is deeply embedded in his story. That changes the tone completely. Instead of a billionaire playboy learning empathy, you've got a man trying to protect his wife, his brother-in-law, his best friend, and the universe. If Marvel does it right, Reed's decisions will have major consequences across multiple films, not just his own. Imagine Reed building multiversal tech only for it to backfire in Secret Wars. That's classic Reed, and it could lead to some incredibly emotional, character-driven storytelling in the middle of all the spectacle. We've talked a lot about the cosmic states, but let's not forget, the Fantastic Four work because of their personalities. Johnny and Ben are the comedic core and the emotional contrast. Johnny wants fame, fun, and fireballs. Ben just wants to feel human again. Their bickering hides a deep loyalty, and their arcs are just as powerful as Reed or Sue's. Don't be surprised if this movie plays heavily on brotherhood, body horror, and learning to love yourself, especially in Ben's storyline. Also, Marvel is likely to lead into the visual side of Johnny. His powers will look amazing with modern VFX, and his hothead nature could lead to real consequences, possibly even being manipulated by the villain or endangering the team. If Marvel's smart, they'll give both these characters standout moments, not just sidekick roles. Last but not least, Sue Storm. She is arguably the most important member of the team and the one most often underwritten in past versions. But this time, Marvel seems to know better. Sue is a powerful force-filled wielder, a brilliant scientist in her own right, the glue that holds the team together. She's also often the only one who can truly challenge Reed, especially when he goes too far. Their dynamic has the potential to be complex, mature, and emotionally rich. So don't be surprised if Sue ends up being the team's moral compass and the one fans walk away loving the most. There's even talk that she may become the MCU's next leading woman, taking a more central role in the future films post-Secret Wars. Okay, now let's go ahead and bring this all together. Marvel calling this First Steps isn't about the team's origin. It's about the MCU's rebirth. The Fantastic Four are likely the foundation of the post-Secret Wars universe, and here's what that might look like. Reed becomes a mentor figure, possibly helping raise young Avengers or guiding the new heroes. Sue takes on a leadership role, either in space or in rebuilding Earth's defenses. Johnny joins a new generation hero squad. Ben becomes the emotional center of Earth's first real superhero family. And if Marvel really wants to echo Phase 1, they'll use this team to rebuild trust with the audience by giving us grounded, emotional stories again with cosmic scale layered on top. So what do you think? Are the Fantastic Four the key to the future of the MCU? Will Reed become Marvel's next flawed genius? Drop your theories in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think is coming, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I've got more Marvel deep dives and theory breakdowns coming every week. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay fantastic.